Hi and welcome to this video series of Digital Citizenship Conversations for Secondary Learners. So my name's Chris. I'm a high school math teacher in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I've spent a number of years teaching math, but also I was head of department for ICT in the UK, and as part of that role, we developed a social media and digital citizenship series of strategies. I've also been involved in writing my school board's digital citizenship resources over a number of years. So hopefully in these series of videos, we'll be able to get into some of the topics that are really affecting our learners and how you can have some of these conversations with them. So over the series of 3 videos, so we're going to have 3 videos here. This is the first one. We're going to cover digital footprints. We're going to cover discrimination and harassment and cyberbullying. And we're going to talk about accuracy of information and what has been coined fake news. So each video is going to cover a different topic, and then at the end of it, we're going to invite you to go back, reflect and think about some of the things that we have covered in that video before you can move on to the next one. So let's get started. So what is digital citizenship? Let's maybe start there. So this is something that we should practice ourselves, but also something that our students really need to get into. And digital citizenship is essentially the ability to navigate our digital environment in a way that's safe and responsible, and to do it in a respectful manner. So if we think about the way that we interact with others online, hopefully when we leave a comment on somebody else's post, we do that in an engaging way, we do that in a responsible way, and we do it in a respectful way. We also are selective about the things that we share into our social media. Maybe we have a closed social media profile. Maybe when we post photos online, we post photos that don't depict us doing certain activities. Maybe we don't share our location in those to keep ourselves safe or our families safe. And these are all things that our students need to think about. Sometimes they're things that we take for granted as adults, but our teens definitely need some help in navigating this landscape. And that's what we're hoping to do here in this series of videos. So let's talk a little bit about digital footprints and what is our digital footprint. So essentially this is our online reputation. Really, when we look at this from the perspective of the dictionary, it says that it's the information about a particular person that exists on the internet as a result of their online activity. Now, what activity might that be, and how might that lead into us having a digital footprint? Well, maybe it's the things that we search up. Maybe it's the things that we post online. Maybe it's the content that we create or the content that we consume. Certain apps allow us to see the things that we've favorited or the things that we've stored or our history. Or it will give us a record of the things that we have done in the past. So I always encourage people to take a moment to open a search engine and to type in their name and to see what comes up. So I suggest that you pause this video and you take a moment to go open in your web browser a window and to type in your name and see what comes up. Okay, so hopefully you went ahead and you did that. You opened up your browser window and you typed in your name. So I did the same thing, and I appear on the second page of Google results, and what comes up is my LinkedIn profile. So it says here that Chris Webb is a math teacher at the Leicester Pearson School Board, and you can click on that and you can find a little bit more out about me. Now there's many other Chris Webbs out there, and just by typing in my name, you might not really be able to find me. But if you knew that I was a teacher, this would be the first result that would really make sense. Now, if there was content out there that maybe was of something that would be contradictory to my status as a teacher, so maybe I ran a business selling some sort of alcohol product, or maybe it was something like maybe I was selling essays, like something that was really ridiculous and like wouldn't really be something that you would do as a teacher. I won't want those things to be coming up in those search results, so associating my name with them and allowing the opportunity for them to come up in Google or in whatever search engine you are using would obviously be something that I would not want to happen. So this is the first thing that we need to talk to our teens and our students about. And that is what comes up when we search for our name, or what comes up when we put in our image. Remember, we can do reverse image searches in Google too. So before we go any further, we're just going to watch this really short video. It's fairly old now. It's from the UK, but it's actually really good content.
Hiya.
Oh, you must be Amy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Linda. Nice to meet you.
And you?
Right then. Well, we better get started because the shop's got to be open at 10. So, why have you applied for the weekend position with us?
Well, I love fashion and I particularly like your clothes design here too.
Thank you. I see that your school grades are rather good.
Yeah, I'm very dedicated to my work.
That's good. Of course, working in a shop will involve lots of face-to-face interaction with customers. Is that something you think you can cope with?
Oh, yeah, I'm very sociable and I get on well with everybody.
I see. What about Brenda Sharp? It's just that it says here that you wouldn't be seen dead with her.
Oh.
Any other hobbies or interests?
Yeah, I'm part of my local athletics club.
Really?
Yeah, I did a sponsored
It doesn't
running.
say anything about that here either. It does mention, however, that you are part of the I Hate Brenda Sharp group. In fact, it would seem that you started it. Poor girl. I wonder what would happen if she were to come into the store and you were to serve her. I have to say that the photos that you've attached are really not at all flattering. What else? Oh yes, shoplifting, substance abuse.
No.
Pardon?
Well, that's not true. That can't be on there.
You put it here. Look, I have to say, you seem perfectly nice, but you really don't give a good account of yourself.
Should you be looking at that?
Well, you might not have meant me to, but it's here. Oh, is that the time? I've got customers waiting. Thank you for coming.
So we can clearly see here, like, the impact that that video has, and the things that the student has done online have clearly given her a digital footprint that she didn't want or wouldn't have wanted, which has then impacted her having her job. This video is a really great one to start that discussion. And if you search for orange digital dirt, this comes up. It's a really awesome conversation starter. It's one that I've used many times. I'd really encourage you to use this video in the classroom, just purely to start that conversation of what is it, what is this digital footprint, what is this sort of digital dirt that if we do the wrong thing can follow us. So what stuck out in this video for me was the fact that our actions have consequences, whether it be immediate or in the future. The things that we say and that we do are going to have some consequences, and that's important to talk to our students about. It's very hard to erase our online actions. So those things that we do, those things that we say, those things that we post, with websites like the Wayback Machine, if you haven't come across the Wayback Machine, I'd really strongly encourage you to have a look at that. The things that we say, the things that we do are archived, This happens automatically, it happens daily, and people can go back to that snapshot in time and see those photos, see those images, see those comments, even if we've taken steps to delete them ourselves. And the reality is that a lot of employers actually go and search for people they'll look at for their social media profiles. They'll look at their LinkedIn profiles if they have one. They'll look at what they post and what they say on things like TikTok. Maybe they'll search for them on Snapchat. There's plenty of platforms out there where people are looking, recruiters are looking. And digital dirt sticks. And it says here it doesn't. And it doesn't many things. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you try and delete it. It doesn't matter if you try and fix it. It's very hard. It does stick. So an activity that's really good to do with students is asking them to create a mock social media profile and then the feed of images that would go into that. What are the things that you would see in a positive social media atmosphere? So maybe it's Instagram, and if you scan that QR code there, it will give you a set of resources from Casey Bell that you can use to create an Instagram feed and profile in Google Slides. And this allows you to have that discussion of what are positive things, what would those positive things look like, and how do I secure that knowledge in them of the things that they should be sharing, rather than focusing on the things that we should not be sharing. So as we wrap this up, I would suggest that at the end of this video, you go away and you think about how can you help your students to understand their digital footprint. And what I suggest you do is you go away and you watch the video that is in this QR code. So you can just scan that with your phone and just take a few moments to watch it. It's designed for students, but give it some thought. Think about the things that are in there, and think about how you're going to start planning to have these discussions with your learners. And I look forward to seeing you in part 2.